James Street, Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
This is Benton. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is Cambridge Street Parkway. Welcome on board this waterline service to Esterfield. Calling at Cambridge Street Parkway, Airport West, James Street, Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. Lastly, be arriving at Cambridge Street Parkway. Change here for services to Connolly. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
0627 Waterline service to Esterfield. Calling at Airport West, James Street, Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
Is Cambridge Street Parkway. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is Airport West. Board this waterline service to Esterfield. The next station is Airport West. Shortly be arriving at Airport West. Change here for services to Airport Terminal 2. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
0629 Waterline service to Esterfield. Calling at James Street, Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
This is Airport West. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is James Street. Welcome on board this waterline service to Esterfield. The next station is James Street. Be arriving at James Street. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Platform 1 for the 0631 Waterline Service to Esterfield. Calling at Farley, Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
This is James Street. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is Farley. Welcome on board this waterline service to Esterfield. We will shortly be arriving at Farley. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
632 Waterline Service to Esterfield. Calling at Rosedale Village and Esterfield. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
This is Farley. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is Rosedale Village. Welcome on board this waterline service to Esterfield. The next station is Rosedale Village. We will shortly be arriving at Rosedale Village. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
For the 0633 Waterline Service to Esterfield. Calling at Esterfield only. This train is formed of 3 coaches.
This is Rosedale Village. This train is for Esterfield. The next station is Esterfield. Welcome on board this waterline service to Esterfield. The next station is Esterfield. We will shortly be arriving at Esterfield. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please. This is Esterfield. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
The train now standing at Platform 1 is the 0638.
This is East Berrily. This train is for Morganstown. The next station is Bewley Park. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Morganstown. We will be calling at Bewley Park and Morganstown. The next station is Bewley Park. We will shortly be arriving at Bewley Park. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is Bewley Park. This train is for Morganstown. The next station is Morgan. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Morganstown. The next station is Morganstown. We will shortly be arriving at Morganstown. Change here for services to Benton and Newry. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please. This is Morganstown. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today.
The train now standing at Platform 1 is the 0646 Stepford Connect Service to Stepford Central. Calling at Bewley Park, East Berrily, Ellesmere Junction, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East and Stepford Central. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. We will be calling at Bewley Park, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East and Stepford Central. The next station is Bewley Park. We will shortly be arriving at Bewley Park. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
East Berrily, Ellesmere Junction, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East and Stepford Central. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
Station is
Calling
East
at
Berrily.
Morganstown only. This train is formed of 5 coaches.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is East Berrily. Shortly be arriving at East Berrily. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This is East Berrily. This train is for Stepford Central. The next station is Berrily. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Verily. We will shortly be arriving at Verily. Change here for services to Stepford Airport Central. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Service to Stepford Central. Calling at Ellesmere Junction, St Helens Bridge, Stepford East and Stepford Central. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
This is Verily. This train is for Stepford Central. The next station is Ellesmere Junction. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Ellesmere Junction. We will shortly be arriving at Ellesmere Junction. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford East and Stepford Central. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
This is Ellesmere Junction. This train is for Stepford Central. The next station is St Helens Bridge. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is St Helens Bridge.
Here. Please stand back from the platform edge.
We will shortly be arriving at Bridge. Change here for to Stepford Victoria and Willowfield. Please mind the
Stepford East and Stepford Central. Service to Stepford Central has been cancelled.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Stepford East. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford East. Change here for services to Beachley, Stepford UFC and Whiteman. Please mind the gap between the
Stepford
train
Connect.
and the platform.
Service to Stepford Central. Calling at Stepford Central only. This train is formed of 2 coaches.
This is Stepford East. This train is for Stepford Central. The next station is Stepford Central. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Central. The next station is Stepford Central. Stepford Central. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here. All change, please. This is Stepford Central. This train terminates here. All change, please. Thank you for travelling with us today. This is Stepford Central. This train terminates
The train
here.
now standing
All
at
change,
platform 7
Thank
is
you for
the
travelling with us today.
0700 Stepford Connect service to Lynn by the Sea. Calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
This is Financial Quarter. This train is for Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Victoria. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria. The next station is Stepford Victoria. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Victoria. For service field, please mind the gap between the train and the platform. This train terminates here.
Financial Quarter. The train now standing at Platform 5 is the 0713 Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. Calling at Financial Quarter, City Hospital, Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will be calling at Financial Quarter, City Hospital, Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. The next station is Financial Quarter. We will shortly be arriving at Financial Quarter. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Service to Port Benton. Calling at City Hospital, Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
This is Financial Quarter. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is City Hospital. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will shortly be arriving at City Hospital. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Stepford Connect, service to Port Benton. Calling at Stepford Central, Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4
This
coaches.
is City Hospital. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is Stepford Central. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford Central. Change here for services to Stepford Airport Central, Beachley, Stepford UFC,
Port
Whitefield
Benton.
and
Calling at
Willowfield.
Stepford East.
Please mind
St
the gap
Helens Bridge,
between the train
Angel
and the
Pass,
platform.
Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
This is Stepford Central. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is Stepford East. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will be calling at Stepford East, St Helens Bridge, Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. The next station is Stepford East. We will shortly be arriving at Stepford East. Change here for services to Verily.
Calling
Please
at
mind the gap between
St
the
Helens
train
Bridge
and the platform.
Angel Pass.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. The next station is St Helens Bridge. We will shortly be arriving at St. Helens Bridge. Please mind the gap between the...
Calling at Angel Pass, Bowdon, Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4 coaches.
This is St. Helens Bridge. This train is for Port Benton. The next station is Angel Pass.
Platform 5 for the 0723 Stepford Connect service to Stepford Victoria.
Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. The next station is Angel Pass. We will shortly be arriving at Angel Pass. Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Coxley, Benton and Port Benton. This train is formed of 4 coaches. Your attention please. The 0729 Stepford Connect service to Leighton City has been cancelled.
This is Angel
This is
Pass.
due to a member of the
This
train
train
crew
is
being
for
unavailable.
Port Benton. The next station is Bowdon. Welcome on board this Stepford Connect service to Port Benton. We will shortly be arriving at Bowdon. Please gap between the train and the platform.